Yes, so my name is Dee Llanusa, and I am from Oklahoma City. I was born and raised here. I was Miss Oklahoma in 1992, so some people might remember me from that. Was fourth runner-up to Miss America, and then went on to be Miss Oklahoma USA 2 years later, and also made the top 5 in Miss USA. So I kind of have, that background. But even more so than that, I was on the U.S. gymnastics team in power tumbling as a child, and some of the archives here at the newspaper have our pictures in them, and so that was really exciting for me to see. Gosh, I was thinking about this through my whole life. The first people who come to mind, obviously, would be my mother and my 2 sisters. They were and are the most powerful women that I've had in my life. But there were other people along the way. I had a mentor who was actually Asian, and she helped me so much at a time in my life when I was like transitioning from being a child to a woman. And she helped with pageants, and when I say she helped with pageants, you're immediately going to think, well, she picked out your clothes and like told you what color lipstick to wear, but it was so much deeper and richer than that. Every time I reflect on her, she was the first Tiger Mom, and I was her little cub, and she was so supportive and so calculated in the values that she instilled in me to help me make that transition from being a child to becoming a woman and being able to represent the state. And I think of her every day. I often wish my daughters would be able to experience that from her, but what they are able to do is experience her through me, and that makes me so proud and so thankful. Well, either one, breaking into marketing and sales or breaking into pageantry requires self-confidence. And sometimes you have to talk yourself into that confidence. It is very uncomfortable to walk into a room and not necessarily see anyone who looks like you. But you've got to put that to the back of your mind because we're all human. And women of color have so much to offer. Such the richness of the diverse histories. I think of us all as like a tapestry, and each of us is a different thread that makes that tapestry a big picture. If you think of yourself as that, when you're walking into a place that may make you feel uncomfortable, or you don't feel as empowered, or you're just going after something that you want and you're driven for it, always remember that you have a place and you have a part, and your desire is the confirmation that the destination is there. So if it's in your spirit, it's going to go somewhere, and you have to embrace that to be successful in anything, marketing, pageants, or whatever it is that they may be aspiring to. That kind of goes back to what I just said. When I think of women of color, I think of strength, resilience, power, the responsibility of relaying a culture and a history and establishing a solid foundation. That's what women of color do for each other. They establish foundations, they support, they make sure that whatever you're building on stays solid. It's not going to fall down. And so when I think of that, when I think of women of color, I think of my own daughters, the 2 I've brought into the world, who have inspired me in more ways than I ever could have inspired them. They are successful in their own rights. One of them played basketball at the University of Oklahoma. The other one played basketball at UCO, and now one of them is coaching back at her alma mater, and the other one's preparing for law school, and I'm very proud of them. I don't want to leave my son out, though, but he's an officer in the Naval Academy. But with the girls, I was really able to bring everything that my mom and sisters poured into me, my own personal experiences, and everything that people who reached out to mentor me along the way have poured into me. That helps you make the next generation better. And when I think of women of color, I see them doing that in all aspects.